Hello everyone, welcome back to Shadowtoys Photography. Today we'll be reviewing Valaverse Series 3.1 point whatever, or the unofficial Valaverse Series 4. Now I know technically it's Series 3.1, and this is just like a, if I can understand, an accessory set on a figure that's been already made. But this is an entirely brand new figure. Now this you can say is Series 4. I mean, it's after Series 3, and we all spent a lot on these packs and expansion pack or whatever, but this figure right here is a totally brand new figure. It is a repaint of an older body. However, it's a color we haven't gotten yet. It's a vest and stuff we haven't gotten yet. So this all together, I'm counting it as a brand new figure. And that being said, now this set, this whole series has got me, it's taken the wind out of my sails of the excitement. Like, I'm half disappointed and I'm equally as happy with this set. But the fact that I'm as equally disappointed as I am as I'm happy with this set, it kind of takes it down a little bit, and it also kind of takes out my excitement for future sets to come. And let me get into a couple things. I mean, this figure, again, you've seen it before, but I'm going to be going back and forth. It's going to be a very negative and positive video because there's a lot of things I like, there's a lot of things I don't, and it doesn't get me, again, excited for what's next. It actually gets me a bit concerned. So if I could get her to stand there. This is the female sets. I do have all the parts and pieces there. There we go. But first off is her helmet. As you can see right off the bat, it looks a little weird. And that's because the things on the side here, her earmuffs or whatever, you can't put them on where they're supposed to go without it's just looking so bad. It'll just look so bad. Trust me, trust and believe, this is the best configuration I can do it. I know you think, oh, you could put this up here, but then the antenna will be facing straight down, or the mouthpiece, whatever. And if I put it on this side, it'll be facing in the wrong direction. Trust me, please trust me, this is the best configuration you could get it. And still, it's like, this side looks okay, but then this side, it's like, it's popping out a bit. It's just, I'd hate to say it just wasn't well designed. I know Bobby does these designs itself, and to his credit, he did do a good job, but maybe it's time to bring on some other designers to, you know, kind of help him out, because he is like a one-man band. He is doing a lot of things himself, you know, spinning a lot of plates himself, and maybe he should take a step back and get in more of a overseeing role rather than, I know he likes designing and that's why he got into it, but there's some things that are missing. It's kind of, you know, he needs bring on more designers. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm not shaming it. I'm not trying to shame anyone or downplay anyone's skill or craft. You know, I don't want this to be a hate video. You know what I mean? I'm not a Valaverse hater. You know, I'm also, not a G.I. Joe lover either, because, I mean, I love G.I. Joe, but I love both of these equally. You know, I love them both equally, and they both have their problems. And that was the first problem with her. I mean, again, here's a positive. She's painted beautifully. Look at that. The clips, the carabiner, the paint in there is neat and clean. Like, I can't complain about that. But her plastic is way too hard. I don't know if that's supposed to be ratcheted or what, but yes, I heated her up, and I hate doing that. Why am I still doing that? But this plastic it's not great. It's not good. I don't know if the durometer, where it went, what happened, but I feel like this is going backwards. I'm a little disappointed. I mean, this is with the figure and gear, it's a $30 figure. I mean, this is a $30 figure right here, and that's what NECA's used to be, and it was too much. It's too much. If this was half price, around $16, I wouldn't feel as bad about it. I wouldn't be as mad about it. But the fact that this is like, it's in the 30s, it's more than the G.I. Joes, you know, it's definitely more money than the G.I. Joes. And yeah, this plastic is just like, I feel like I have to be Superman, like bending the metal pipes to get her knee to bend. It's not great. I'm really disappointed. And it looks like it's rigid or ratcheted, but why? This don't really need to be ratcheted, honestly. So yeah, I'm pretty disappointed in the plastic. And I've said this before. Let me bring out a G.I. Joe. It's like a Three Bears situation. You know, Papa Bear's plastic's too hard, and Mama Bear's plastic is too soft. Now this figure looks great, and it's like the plastic is just so gummy. Look, that bicep is gonna pop off. Like, this is frustrating. Collecting should not be frustrating. This should not be frustrating. Collecting toys and figures should be the easiest, most stress-free thing we could possibly do out of all the hobbies. Like, I don't know what happened, but oh man. But there's some examples. Let me bring an example of a really good plastic G.I. Joe. Here's Snow Job, and he's beautiful. He's perfect. His plastic feels good. Like, not too gummy, but not also rock hard either. Didn't need to heat him up. I mean, his price point, should it be deluxe? No, I mean, it's ridiculous. We're being ripped off with the price point. But again, he's only a few bucks more than Chica back there. So, you know, it's getting expensive. It's getting frustrating. And when it's going high in price, honestly, I don't care about the excuses. What inflation, this, that, and the third. Like, I don't care. If the prices are going up, we expect a better product. And yeah, I mean, this is an example of something good. This is an example of okay, you know what I mean? And this is why people give Hasbro, you know, so much shit, because it's like, this is an example of something they can do fantastic. And I don't have any bad examples really right now, but I mean, his shoulder's about to pop out as a bad example. It's just like, when you can do a home run like this, we expect it every time. And when you don't, you're going to hear it. And same with Valaverse. I mean, the amount of smack that guy talks about everyone else, you need the stuff to back it up. And yeah, this is not it. Let me go back a little bit. Let me get him out of here. Series 1, the figures themselves, let's be honest, they sucked. I have them. I like them, but they were too hard, too many breakage. Overall, not a great run. Series 2 with Desert Rat, I mean, the figure, not the man, was a great figure. Do you even need to heat it up, add a package? Let's bring out her over here. Yeah, great figure. Blowback, another example of a perfect figure. And you can check out the my other Valaverse video if you want to check out Blowback. I just don't want to be too redundant here as I show the Pandora expansion. And I got a little gripe about that, but you know, those are two, Desert Rat and Blowback are two figure examples of Valaverse changing the game, destroying Hasbro, doing something perfect that's on par with a $1 billion company. You know what I mean? And for someone who brags about running $1 million company, I think you should cease on that, maybe pull that back a little, because where is it? You know, it's not here. It's not here. You know what I mean? So pull that back a little bit. Give us more Blowbacks and that quality of level, and then you'll have the stuff to back up what you're saying. You know what I mean? And this figure I'm happy with. I'm surprised no one did this. I mean, it is a new set on a older body. Again, it's a little better than Series 4 there, but I mean, I know it's Series 3.1 but what are you, Microsoft? Come on, Series 4, whatever. I mean, going forward for me, I mean, if these hard plastics, I'm gonna give them more shot. I'm in it for a couple more runs, but if they end up hard plastic like this, I'm out. I can't. It just won't be worth it. I mean, everyone just has, I keep knocking the camera, sorry. Everyone has a fixed budget right now. I mean, what's a fair budget? $200 a month, that's $50 a week. $400 a month, that's $100 a week. To blow just on toys, $600 a month. Now you're going past your utility bills, your internet, your cable, whatever kind of bills, you know, that monthly garbage, electric, $600 a month just on plastic. You know what I mean? Budgets are shrinking, space is shrinking, the competition space is growing, the prices are growing, quality's going down overall across the board. Nah, I'm not saying this. I mean, nothing's breaking on this. You know, everything other than the hard plastic, everything else is great. I can't complain. The one gripe about this, though, is I heard them say on the one of the podcasts that somebody ordered like 6 of these and like 4 out of 6 were, or 3 of them, and 3 of them were all the bloody variant. Somebody ordered like 6 and got none. Like, and Bobby's like, oh, then the brakes. No, that's not acceptable there. I mean, I didn't really care. I just was getting one. I honestly, whatever one was fine with me. This one's fine. I really can't say which one I preferred. I honest to God did not care. But if someone ordered 6 or 3, they better get at least 2 bloody or 1 bloody in that mix. I mean, none, that's poor distribution. That's a miss with this wave. This wave, although it did well, I'm just falling apart at all areas here. Although it did well in sales, overall, yeah, it's just a tad disappointing. Now, I hate to gripe on some more disappointing parts, but let me bring out a couple things that was also a little disappointing. Let's get out some of the negative before we go into the positive. Let's take a sip of water while I get these things out here. So, this expansion pack was what, $15, $16, $17? Comes with an action point. This is what? $15, $16? Where's my action point? Where's my action point, Bob? Bobby? Robert? Where's my action point? This costs as much as this. What's my point? I feel very robbed. I feel cheated. No, Rob, pun intended there. But yeah, I do feel cheated there. I have to be honest. I'm just being honest. Look, I'm unbiased. I'm an adult. I have lucky and blessed enough to have a little cheddar to spend on some plastic. So when I do, I mean, I could be buying what? Sneakers. Don't tell me, oh, it's just toys. I could be buying sneakers, collectible cards, sports memorabilia. I could be going to games, the opera, whatever your hobby is, playing golf, whatever. I choose this, right? So when I spend my money on it, I expect, again, bang for your buck. And yeah, that's a foul. That's definitely a foul. I hope he makes right by this. Maybe, I don't know, cut something out of it that proves this is it. Maybe just check our orders. If we, give you an order number, we could say, hey, if you ordered this, he's going to give us a point. Or if we order like something that requires action points, he'll take a point off for people who ordered this and got robbed of their point. That's definitely, I hope that was by accident, because it's shiesty. That's a Hasbro move. You could take the boy out the Hasbro, but you can't take the Hasbro out the boy, apparently. Let's move on. Now this, I was at first upset about, but right before I started filming this, I noticed, and I'm happy they did right by it, and I feel a little better about it. So when you order the comics, you have a choice on to get it signed or not signed. There's no price increase if you want it signed. So it's like, oh, let me grab a couple issues, excuse me, and, let me get them signed. Why not? That's cool, And then I get the issue in, and I see this. And I'm like, tell me that's not the signature. I feel very robbed. However, if you look closely, you can see it. I'm very happy that he signed it thank you very much, Bobby Vala. I know I'm being a little tough on you in this video, but it's because I want to keep collecting and keep buying from you, you know, and I can't do it if it's not quality stuff that you've given us in the past. You know, that's just fair. So I appreciate that. I was a little mad, like, he did it right over her gorgeous art and face, but he did do it in red. So I see what he did there. I do like it. I didn't notice it, but if you could see that there, a little shine. But I appreciate that, because I was really bummed. I was like, no way. No way is that. Like, now I have to go to one of these conventions, and I'm in New York. I'll go to Rhode Island. It's like 3 hours. I'll hop on 95 North, whatever. I'll be there soon. But I'm not going to Ohio or Georgia or where else. I'm not doing all that. If I'm going to Georgia, I'm going to keep going down to Florida and go to like the beach or Disney or something. But yeah, no offense. I'll go to Rhode Island. I'll go to New York. I'll even go to Jersey. I think they do one in Jersey. I'm not too sure, but thank you for signing this issue. I look forward to reading it. I did kind of get the spoilers from it, but yeah, I wanted one of these. It's I really like Pandora. I like the art of it. I know I've spoken about all the issues with her, you know, what people have said about it, but I dig the design. It's dope. It's dope. I like it. So thank you for that. I'm very happy about that. Now let's move on a little bit, and I'm sorry to hit on design, but it's needed. Here, let's bring out yeah, let's leave her out for a minute before we bring out another figure. Now the rest of the weapon packs are fine. I'm not gonna beat a dead horse. You've seen those in other videos, but these are, I appreciate the idea. Bobby said he's into Mezco. You know, I appreciate the effort behind it, but it just doesn't look good to me as a firing, you know, like it's firing. It just doesn't. It looks cool as like it's unloaded or out of ammo, or it's on like a desk or something like that. It's more of a prop piece than a weapon. You know what I mean? Because here, let me get her gun out. Because with Valaverse, and I've said this with Mezco's before, that I like how the slide cocks back when firing, because that's realistic. But with Valaverse, this will fit in there. It looks cool just like that, honestly. So with Vala, you get away with it like this. This is appreciated, but I mean, tell me if you disagree, but I feel like with Valaverse alone, with Mezco's are different, but they're two different. It's like kind of apples and oranges. This Valaverse, you don't need to do this. You don't need to do this. Going forward, I appreciate it. I hope future sets don't have this. I feel robbed of more handguns. I'd rather have gotten just regular versions, just painted different color versions of guns, even if they're ones we already have or new handguns. But the cocked back version, the blowback version, no pun intended there. Yeah, I don't think it's needed. I think this looks cool enough. You know, and I'll give another example. And you tell me, I'll bring out another figure here too. And you tell me what you think. Let's bring out, if I can get her off her stand, the green and black hair, female trooper. So I'll have her hold this one with the firing effect, which looks cool. But it's also the firing effect that goes in this, which is also against it, working against it. Man, I keep hitting that camera. I apologize. There's a lot of stuff out over here. As opposed to this, you know, I mean, this looks cool, but I think this is a little better. It's just like, you know, yeah, I'm digging this a lot more, I gotta say. So again, appreciate the effort. Good attempt. I like how it looks without it. It looks like, you know, she ran out of ammo or something like that. But until you get them to actually move like a Mezco, I would skip on this. It feels like a waste of plastic to me, you know, honestly. But again, I think the guns themselves are great. So it works out. I'm going to do a head swap with her real quick, but I just want to say I'm a little disappointed that some of these, I wish there was a little bit more consistency within the thickness of the guns. Now, I understand that's not too realistic, but unfortunately, the hands get so stretched out when you have a, thicker weapon in the hand. When you want her to use, or whatever character, the handgun, it's loose and falls out because the hand's stretched out so much. Now, I don't know if there's a way with the plastic where you could get it to kind of bounce back, make it a little softer or something like that. But let's do the head swap here. Really good head swap. But until then, and I get really nervous, oh my gosh, taking these off because I'm afraid it's going to take the ball joint with it. And I've said it before, and I hope this switches. The hinges, they're a dated design. They need to go because you're yanking on that pin in there, and it's going to go. It's going to go. Here's Black Widow. Let me take that off. Now I got a comic book Black Widow Infinity War. You know what I'm saying? Like, get that handgun out again. And yeah, the females need butterflies. I know Bobby's being stubborn again and refusing, but he also said that about the neck pegs. Give the females the butterflies. Yes, it's worth spending it for centimeters because they add up. I've said this. See, because it's like, in my other video, I got Lady J to look down the sights real fast. And this is just like, this is frustrating. Why is this taking so long? You know what I mean? It's not me. It's the hard plastic that doesn't want to bend to my will here. Like, I want her hand to just cup that. And yeah, it's just fighting me on it. It's just like, no. See, if she had a little bit of butterfly in there, I could scoop that, kind of cup that in her hand, but no, she wants to let go of it. It's annoying. I get it on the front there, which is okay, I guess. But yeah, it's a bit frustrating, but she looks badass though, regardless. And I see her go against Pandora here. But yeah, I'm pretty sure that's everything. There was a lot with this set. I usually get the Valaverses to make customs for things. You know, I don't really care necessarily about characters and their backgrounds. I do dig Pandora a lot. I think she's really cool. I said way back he should make, I think when I reviewed Series 3, that he should make this head sculpt. And he did. I know she comes with this big Harley Quinn thing. Oh yeah, these. The difference between the two, my gosh, just forget it. I'm just slapping the hell out of this thing. I can't find it. But the two, I'm gonna call them stands, pegs, oh my god, tripods, the pods there, the tripod legs. I wish they would just extend out. I know that's extra articulation, but I mean, I'm just gonna keep it like this, honestly, instead of switching it out, because that little piece of plastic in there, something's going to break the more times I switch that out. Something's going to give. Something's going to break on it, and I don't want that to happen, so I'm just going to leave this on there. So again, it's like you're giving us extras and giving us options, but it's a little bit overkill. I don't want to say overkill because that's not the case. I do wish the helmets fit on everybody, but they don't, which is another little bummer. But I am still happy with the set enough to keep collecting Valaverse. I was excited about the Vanguard, and I say was. Oh God, I hate to be more negative. I'm so sorry. But it's the truth. I gotta be honest, right? I gotta be honest. I don't think he should have showed us that prototype. It made me less excited for the Vanguard, honestly. I understand it's a prototype, but it looked like a rickety piece of shit. I gotta be honest with you. And after Mezco revealed theirs, it's like, I know he's got to be a little mad about that, but I'm excited for Mezco's, and you know what? It's not going to be cheap. I'm not going to get Giant Man because all the Hasbro plastic, and them releasing too many figures that weren't due till February of 24 came out 2 weeks ago. So, you know, there goes my budget. Like I said, fixed budgets. You know, these companies want to kill themselves. Hasbro competed against himself in that case. Let's get a gun in, or a effect in her hand. That was a bigger one, but doesn't really make sense. But yeah, that definitely did not get me excited. There definitely has to be more videos. It's just things, just putting together. I mean, they said that no one's touched it, the plastic on the Vanguard, except Bobby. I understand it's a thousands of dollar prototype, but you don't even let like Ryan from 3POA or whatever get his spuds on that. You can't even let him finger that plastic to let us know, yeah, the quality of that plastic's good, because I'm concerned, you know, with the hardness of the plastic. It's a Hasbro thing. It's the same thing, just in the opposite direction. Am I concerned the Vanguard's going to have too hard plastic? Not really. I'm concerned that it's going to fall apart and break like the Series 1 of these figures. You know, I know I'm being harsh, but when we get a new figure and it's just not breaking, but it's as hard as Series 1, you're going backwards, and it's concerning. You know, I'm just concerned. Like I said, I'm in it for the real Series 4. I'm probably going to give the Vanguard a shot. I mean, I'm more on the fence now than I was gung-ho about it, honestly. Maybe I will wait, because he said he'll have plenty and give people a chance who do want to wait. I think I'm going to be one of those people that end up waiting and see how someone who's not part of this team, someone who's very unbiased, review it. And so that way we could get a fair assessment of it. And yeah, and then I'll just judge it from there. You know, it's going to take a few reviews. It won't just be one. And we'll see how it goes from there. And hopefully it does come out good, because I'm in it for Series 4. But if Series 4 is bad, it's not going to be good. If the Vanguard is bad, and another series, I may be in it for another series after that, it's going to be like here and there, bits and pieces, parts, and that's going to be it. And it's going to be a shame. I mean, I'm kind of moving out of G.I. Joe because of the same reason, just opposite. It's just too gummy and unexciting, and just they're not coming out with enough vehicles quick enough, fast enough. It's too late. It's been years, you know, space is used up. You know, I hope things change. I'm not, you know, things might change. My mind might change. You know, some Humvees may get made, some tanks, more helicopters. I may be singing a different tune, and I hope I do. I hope things do change, because I want to keep collecting these. Until next time.